Two Ukrainian MiG-29s, flying low at just 100 meters, slipped silently into hostile skies. Ahead, a heavily fortified Russian command hub, shielded by S-400 batteries and Tor defenses. 40 kilometers away, Su-30 fighters prowl the skies, waiting to intercept. On the ground, radars sweep the air, tracking every move. Their mission, eliminate the nerve center of Russia's drone campaign against civilian targets. Their obstacle, deliver AASM Hammer strikes before being hunted down. This wasn't just another military post. It was the control brain of Russia's UAV fleet, orchestrating countless raids on Ukrainian cities. From here, operators unleashed waves of Orlan 10s and Shahed-136 drones that turned neighborhoods into firestorms. Footage of drones hitting apartment blocks, power stations, and fuel depots showed the devastation. Inside, console, antennas, servers, kept electronic warfare running nonstop. Destroying it meant more than smashing machines. It meant breaking the chain of attacks, leaving millions powerless and under constant threat. As long as it stood, every Ukrainian city lived in danger. That's why the mission carried such weight. Taking down this hive of drones could give Kiev, Kharkiv, and Odessa room to breathe. For this strike, ordinary munitions wouldn't do. The MiGs carried France's AASM Hammer guided bombs, smart weapons born from standard bomb bodies. Folding wings, navigation kits, and rocket boosters stretched their range to over 60 kilometers when dropped from altitude. Pilots no longer needed to fly directly overhead. They could launch from afar, staying outside the deadliest zones. Against hardened targets, the Hammer promised pinpoint accuracy, able to pierce concrete and obliterate entire command rooms. It wasn't chosen by chance. It was the only way to strike, without turning the mission suicidal. Inside the cockpit, visibility was razor thin. The horizon raced past. Hills flashed beneath them. Altimeters showed barely 120 meters. At this height, a single slip meant death, but also survival. The tactic, terrain masking, using the land itself to hide from radar. The route demanded weaving across Sumy Oblast, valleys and ridges mapped through months of reconnaissance. Satellites, drones, intercepted signals revealed gaps in Russian coverage. On the HUD, a digital line marked the exact path. Deviating even slightly risked a radar lock. Above 500 meters, Russian radars ruled. Below 100, turbulence and treetops could kill. Between 100 and 200 meters, that was the knife's edge. Far away, an S-400 Triumph switched on its gravestone radar. A faint return flickered on the scope. Barely visible, but enough to raise alarms. Protocols kicked in. Data streamed to command centers, fighters, and linked radars. Electronic silence gave way to an active hunt. Russia's defense network stacked in layers. S-400 for long range, Buk M3 for medium, Tor M2 for low altitude. For the MiGs, this was a labyrinth. Every radar beam, a trigger for missiles. Every second in the air. Another moment Russian operators worked to fix them as targets. But Ukraine had its own gambit. High above circled a Bayraktar TB2, not just a recon drone, but bait, streaming real-time imagery. It also lured Russian radars into exposing themselves. The TB2 had once been a symbol of defiance, but Russia had learned to shoot them down. Now, each launch was almost a death sentence. Yet every radar ping on a TB2 was priceless. Sure enough, a Panzer S-1 switched on, hunting the drone. The moment its radar lit the sky, Ukrainian sensors captured it, coordinates mapped, data sent straight to the MiGs. Each Russian radar that revealed itself gave the pilots another safe corridor. The TB2 played the pawn, sacrificed, so the fighters could survive. Still, danger closed in. The S-400 alert, combined with old acoustic detectors, picked up distant jet noise. A clear vector emerged. Intruders flying low from the southwest. A Su-30 pilot at 5,000 meters got the call. His aircraft with Barzar radar could spot even low flyers against the ground. For the MiGs, he was the deadliest predator in the sky. In moments, chaos erupted. A hidden Tor battery fired 2 missiles. Almost at once, a Buk M3 launched its own. From above, the Su-30 loosed R-77 air-to-air weapons. Inside the MiGs, threat symbols lit up red. One pilot yanked the stick into a high-G dive. Flares burst. Chaff scattered metallic clouds. Missiles streaked in. One detonated early, confused by chaff. Another locked onto a flare, exploding just meters behind. The shockwave slammed the MiG, but it survived. The Su-30 pressed closer. R-77 screamed forward at supersonic speed. With no options left, the pilot pulled the Cobra. The MiG pitched vertical, nose to the sky, speed collapsing until it seemed frozen midair. The R-77s, expecting fast motion, overshot, detonating harmlessly. Then, the rising sun became an ally. The pilot angled his jet so the blinding light overwhelmed missile seekers. They lost lock, veering into nothingness. But survival came at a cost. Shrapnel tore the tail. Alarms blared of hydraulic loss. Still, the fighter lived, through sheer survival. The MiGs found their window, fuel low, threats still flashing. They climbed steeply, reaching 8,000 feet, just enough for Hammer range. Launch indicators turned green. Bombs detached in sequence. Wings spread. Thrusters ignited, each locked onto its program path. The first burrowed into the main building, detonating deep within. The second exploded overhead, shredding vehicles, igniting fuel tanks and fireballs. The third slammed into housing quarters, collapsing them instantly. The fourth pierced a depot, sparking an inferno that consumed drones and supplies. Ukrainian drones confirmed the strike. Flames towered, antennas toppled. The command hub reduced to rubble. Only escape remained. The MiGs dropped to treetop flight, fuel nearly gone. One jet limped forward, tail damaged, but still airborne. Together they cut through hostile skies and finally crossed into safety. The mission bordered on impossible. 2 aging Soviet fighters, upgraded with Western tech, had evaded one of the world's deadliest air defense networks. They dodged Tors and Buks, outmaneuvered a Su-30, and destroyed the hub commanding Russia's drone swarms. Against every odd, they struck the core of the enemy's operations. And this was only one battle. To see another Ukrainian strike that changed the war, click the link now. Click the link now.